Hey YouTube, coming at you with an Anti-Dunsparce team. So in one of my videos the other day, as I get sidetracked, I was like, what are the hardest answers to Dunsparce? And I looked it up and it was Chesnaught, Flygon, and like Quagsire. So I actually started with that team. I started with Chesnaught, Flygon, Quagsire. And then I started off, it was pretty rough because the team was just a little too glassy with between Flygon and Quagsire. It was just Shadow Quagsire, so it was just like a little too glassy. So I still wanted to keep the Chestnut Flygon because I think Flygon's a great save swap. I think Chestnut can core break a few things. Um, and then I was like, okay, let's just put in clodsire. You still resist the rollout, but you don't resist the obviously the drill runs are super effective as opposed to just neutral on Quagsire. But the team worked pretty well. Even if honestly, even if you don't see Dunsparce, the team did decent. So bad lead, but again, Flygon is a great save swap because there's very few fairies at all in this meta. And then a lot of the things that you do see, fire, ice, not fire, ice, fire, rock, you resist as the dragon ground. So they do chip me just to lower my attack, and then they do get their Ferrothorn on this, which is okay. Power Up will take you out. You are half ground, so that is neutral. I'm not worried about any of their moves, but I am just going to get to 2 superpowers. They do have Magcargo in the lead, so I can superpower this to take it out, and I can also superpower Magcargo to grab a shield or do an insane amount of chip damage here. So we're going to go back to back here. 1 superpower to take this out. I know that they're going to throw Incinerate. I probably should have done 2, but let's just do 1 just in case because the game has frozen on me multiple times to screw me over. Do grab a shield, which is huge. And it is a Shadow Giraffe in the back. Now, lucky for me, this thing does not seem to be running Confusion. It looks like it's running like Double Kick or something like that. Or what? It's a resisted move anyways. That's why I think it's Double Kick. And they let that go. And I get it to take them out. So now I have to shield up everything. They probably will just rock to me, which is fine. Earthquake is double super effective, so I'm not worried about that. But I do get in here and get a superpower off. And this will force a shield because this will be super effective. And I'll still have an Earthquake in the back here to nuke the rest. Plus, I could have got to a 3rd move too before they get to 2. Maybe not. But with a shield, take them out. Breloom. So we're both fighting and grass. They have, I think, Force Palm, someone said. So I just go superpower, and then I was going to bail into Flygon. They let it go, and Breloom is not very defensive heavy, apparently. So I'm still probably going to instant swap into Flygon. If you haven't used Flygon as a safe swap, it's really strong. Get a bit of a lag there. Obviously, you saw that. Come in here. We'll shield up to anything just because I have Clodsire in the back. Clodsire is tanky, right? So, oh, hello, Swampert. At this point, I am just that Mud Shot nerf now makes Swampert 5 and 5 to Hydro, which 2, 3, that would have been a Hydro right here, but 1 more to the 5, I get to take it out. Fast move down for the win. So again, Ferrothorn is a pretty good matchup because they cannot throw anything at you, and you have the superpower. That when I say they can't throw anything, they still a lot of times throw Power Whip, and it still does like 40% damage because it is a hard-hitting move. Got the Flygon on the Talonflame. Now, Flygon versus Talonflame, I really don't want to take a Fly, quite honestly, in any scenario. But you will, Shadow or non-Shadow, be able to take this in the 2s just because the Dragon Tails add up and the Incinerates are resisted. So I've just very easily commit to the 2 shield almost every single time. And then you just Dragon Tail down. And they're not going to get to another move. So you come out with energy, with switch, down shields, but that is okay. Out comes the Dunsparce. Hello, I got some answers for you. Scorching Sands here. Trying to get to another one, but the game lags on me again. Like, oh, this game is so brutal. I'll go over the Twitter at the end of the video. That'll be my discussion point. It'll be the Twitter. Everyone's up in arms. So, Frenzy Plant here, just because I don't want to lower my attack just yet. So, Frenzy takes out the Dunsparce. Ferrothorn only has Power Whip. Will hurt, but will not take me out. I also do want to throw pretty quick here because I don't know how much energy they have, and one more move will take me out. So I just want to get this off to grab a shield. And then I'm trying to bank this move, and I do. And now Earthquake is still neutral because they're half steel. Power Whips are not going to add up a ton because I am a clodsire, so they're going to need 3. And then I just outpace here too. So plus I have a superpower loaded. So can very easily take this matchup. So you may be thinking, this is a really good team. What is the problem? The problem is you're going to see, and I think in the next matchup is, I'm triple weak to ice. And I think the next lead is Abomasnow, which I'm like, oh no. Now, with Abomasnow, you can at least hit super effective with Clodsire, with the Poison Stings, and super effective with the superpower. But it puts you in a tricky situation. I was like, okay. So my first thought was, it's a non-shadow, so I can live a move here and maybe get to 2 moves. So I just want to go to back-to-back moves. So I went try and go back-to-back here, but unfortunately that Powder Snow registers and takes me out. So I do have 2 superpowers, but that Powder Snow is going to take me out before I get to the second one. So I'm like, okay, down 1. Let's go in here. You're tanky. They're non-shadow. You can take 1. And then I think they realize smartly on my opponent's part that, oh, yeah, you are weak to Abomasnow if you did not get out chesnaught, and now you're not getting, and you're in a clodsire matchup. So I do have a move. I thought that the Abomasnow would come back in, so I threw blindly. So I should have thrown the Scorching Sands on this, and now this thing has Drill Run plus the Abomasnow with Powder Snow and Weather Ball. I just cannot get out of this. So, not that Quagsire helps the Clodsire anyway either. You either do one of 2 things. You don't always lose to double ice. In fact, or ice, because I actually have a double ice team that I won against, which you'll see coming up. So you don't always lose to double ice or ice Pokemon. I wonder if this is the one. Maybe not this one, but I faced a double ice team and I won. So, mirror match. I'm just kind of waiting for them to hopefully throw first, and then I'll launch my superpower. So they hit me with a Frenzy. I'm at the superpower. I'm going to go back to back here. Unfortunately, they are also at a superpower and win CMP because I got a 0 attack on my chesnaught. So I will shield. Again, I'm more likely to shield chesnaught and Flygon because I have a Clodsire in the back. And that's sort of the benefit of having a bulky Pokemon. I'm going to instant swap. As you saw, I'm not going to let them take me. Magikarp comes in. Dunsparce. Hello. This is why I run Flygon Chesnaught. Their Dunsparces are everywhere. So you're just able to resist the rollout. I mean, Chesnaught resists every single move. And this thing can only throw Drill Run here. So it just puts you at a really nice spot. And I'm going to throw here to take them out, because I can take a couple Incinerates here and do some nice chip damage if they let this go. That's exactly what's going to happen. So I can take an Incinerate. I probably let this go. I think what I do here, so this thing is Magikarp, it is double weak to ground. So one is I need to make sure I'm at least at an Earthquake before I bait. Poison is resisted. They do just overheat, and I think they just killed their chances of winning. I put them in a tricky spot here because they have to throw overheat, because if they go Rock Tomb, that's resisted. So I got 1 shield. At this point, I'm not even trying to fake it. I'm just like, you lowered your attack by 2. You're not going to take me out with these Incinerates. So I'm just very comfortable just staying in this matchup. I maybe come in here and nope, and they throw, and I have a shield advantage left on Chesnaught, and the Vine Whips are going to take it out because the Vine Whip is neutral because it's half rock, and their Incinerates are 2 or 3 times lowered because they threw the overheat. So not the best there. Okay, bad lead, bad switch. So here, this is the double ice team. So fire, lead, double ice team, and I still won this matchup? Okay. Grabbed 1 shield with Dragon Claw, and because I'm a non-shadow and they're non-shadow, I'm able to get to a second Dragon Claw. So grabbed a shield and essentially flip switch. No, not flip switch. What am I doing here? Grabbed a shield. I think I'm just trying to get to a superpower here. Or no, I'm going to instant swap because I'm too far from a superpower. And they have an Abomasnow. So there's your ice. The good news is I have the poison. So here comes a Sludge Bomb. It will be enough to take out. And they decide to CMP me on this, which is shocking because they should be throwing way before that. Oh, it's Icy Wind, so it's a little more energy. Still, though, they could definitely throw before as opposed to CMP tie in there because now I still get the move off. Take this out. So now it's the same. Oh, it's a rock throw. It's not an Incinerate Megaro. It's a rock throw or whatever the fast. Yeah, it's not a Smackdown, right? It's a rock throw. And so I get to the Earthquake. If it was an Incinerate, maybe a little trickier. I didn't even notice it was a rock throw. Abomasnow. Again, this one is Shadow. I'm going to learn my lesson. I still think I live a Shadow Weather Ball, but I'm not going to get to 2 moves anyway. So let's just lose this, get one off, grab a shield, go into Clodsire, and then try to take it out with the Sludge Bombs here, respecting the Weather Balls here, and just using that shield advantage to try and take this out. And again, game stutters. I think stutters maybe also puts me behind energy because I remember losing CMP on the next one, even though I thought I would outpace. Yeah, I thought I would outpace and I lose CMP, and I can't tell whether it was I just don't know the counts at all, which could be the situation, or the game just stuttered me out of that matchup. So eventually get in the back, and it is a Quagsire. So the problem with running a non-Shadow Flygon is Dragon Claw will not take out there from this range, so you have to go Earth Power or Scorching Sands, and they catch. I'm just gonna bring up my Twitter on the side here while you guys watch me lose another ice one. So again, there's very obvious limitations. I don't know how many Abomasnows there are out there. So you can either, if you don't want to be triple weak to ice, maybe put in. I really like Flygon as a safe swap though. So I was supposed to say Talonflame, but like I really like it as a safe swap. So I don't know. Maybe you put out Clodsire, but that still leaves you a bit like glassy. Is the only problem. Take them down here. And then Talonflame comes back in. I'm going to shield because I want to get the Dragon Claw off. Yeah. So I want to get the Dragon Claw off, and if they go for the Incinerate down, I'll get another Dragon Claw off. And they come in and catch on the Credilli, which is okay. Now I just get Chesnaught on it because they just gave up Switch. And now Rock and Grass are all resisted. So I can very easily just get to 2 superpowers here. So 1 superpower will take out here. And if the Talonflame comes back in, I'll still chip it. And because I've already chipped it so much with Dragon Claw, they're unlikely to shield this. And then I can just Poison Sting down, quite honestly. Yeah, so that's exactly what's going to happen here. I'm going to come in probably Flygon and force them to throw because they can't Incinerate me down because then my Claw will register, my Dragon Tail will register before the Incinerate registers. So they have to throw, and now I can take a Brave Bird, I could take a Fly, and then I'll take them down here. So I like the team. There's I think 2 more battles. Bad lead. Again, it's pretty straightforward. It just goes straight Flygon. Fight for Switch in certain situations. Other situations you don't need to fight for Switch. Like this one, I'm pretty sure I will try and fight for Switch. I'd be very surprised if I did not shield this. Yeah, you basically just need to fight for Switch because your lead is so bad. So if you have like a Talonflame lead, or you have a Fire lead, or something that's just really bad for Chesnaught, I try and fight for Switch with Flygon. Other times you can let it go and just take shield advantage. And it's a Dunsparce. But the problem is they are, unlike the other fire Pokemon like Talonflame, Salazzle's half poison. So my Clodsire is poison sting resisted, and they have shield advantage. And I forgot the movesets. So what you're going to see here is I just get like outbeat, and then I forgot the moves on... Yeah, I took a Dragon Pulse, and then I was like, oh, that hurt way more than I expected. I forgot the moveset, so I lose this matchup. And then there's one more matchup where I think I fight for Switch. You know what? I'll try... You know what? I've been doing pretty decent at staying on point here, so let's try and stay on point for the next 2.5 minutes, and then I'll go to the Twitter drama about the GBL and why everyone's like, no wonder this is the state of the game if this is what's happening internally. So no shields, and it has Poison Fang. I'm like, oh, right. And then Dunsparce comes in. So I used the shield too early here. I like how I said I'm going to stay on point, and then I just missed the last like 30 seconds of battles. Okay. Last battle. Quagsire lead. Fantastic. They're going to get into something. Talonflame, Flygon. Again, we've seen this. I will fight for Switch here. I will likely shield up all the flies and try to throw... I'll probably throw 3 and then throw the Dragon Claw if they allow me. Hey, look at that. The game worked. So 3 to minimize the fast move, and then they're going to throw here, and I'm like, well, if you're going to throw, I'm going to just take you out here. And I grab their second shield, and again, they're trying to overdo that, and then I'm like, okay, well, that Dragon Tail is going to register and take you out. So I'm just going to take Switch. That's exactly what I need, and now I have my Clodsire on this, and I keep my... So that's one where you fight for Switch to keep it, because you have such a good lead and such a bad matchup in the background. So fought for Switch, still chipped with jump left, Now I have the Clodsire on this, I have the chesnaught on the Quagsire. So there is 50 more seconds of this video, but I'm done talking about what is a very obvious fight for Switch win. Okay, a person on Twitter who I'm not following, MX Riot, has 4,200 followers and a ton of the Pokemon Go community. They posted a post that said, oh boy, I'm so excited to finally hit 43. Let's see what it's in store. Level 44 challenges are, and then there's a sad emoji face. Because the level 44 challenges are win 30 battles in the Great League, 30 in the Ultra League, 30 in the Master League, and then play in the battle 20 times. And then he says, for folks that don't know, I love PvE content in every game I've ever played. I've never been a PvP person, but it's a good excuse to finally learn and grind. To which the entire GBL community says, well, who is this person? Well, this explains a few things. But to those who don't know, this was the community manager of the game. And everyone in the comments is like, you're community manager, you're in the inside of the game. Wouldn't it be weird if you liked every aspect of the game that you're managing, as opposed to viscerally saying, I hate this, I do not like this aspect and I don't care about this aspect. And it's again, I don't care if every single person does not play GBL. Yeah, someone says, with every PvP player with a voice screaming and pleading for GBL to be fixed, tweeting this is tone deaf. Yeah, so people just be like, people are just like, how are you a community manager, so integral as a part of the game, but then you do not care about this huge aspects of the game and don't play it? And this is GBL in a nutshell. Why are we season 20 still seeing these huge lags and issues, and you got the main core programmers and people on the inside that just don't care about PvP at all? So it just, of course this game's not going to get fixed. They don't care. I'm not going to make it a long rant because I've talked enough about this, and so have other players in the community. But you saw it. You saw how many times the game lagged or just froze and cost you multiple moves, which is when you're trying to time everything perfectly, it costs you games, and it's just it's frustrating, right? But we know what we know what this game is at this point. So there's not. I gave out holding out hope a long time ago. And again, they can change the meta, but like, what's the point if you change the meta, but the game still has a million bugs? Like, it doesn't. Like, just fix the game. Anyways, that is it. Hope you have a good weekend. You will see some Ultra League teams this afternoon, not this afternoon, this weekend that I filmed in advance, but we'll do some Sunshine Cups because right now, looking at my content, the Sunshine Cup teams are doing pretty well on views, which is not surprising. It's not the worst league. It's got like 4 typings, so it's at least somewhat decent. And then add on that your other option is Ultra League. People are looking for this stuff, so we'll probably just continue to focus for the Ultra League or the Sunshine Cup for the most part. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.